What's going on, y'all? It's Funky Dineva, and you're watching We Sound Crazy. Y'all be going for viral moments over here. I don't be like it. I don't like them podcasts. They invite you on. They try to give you craft services and liquor and stuff and get you all loosed up. Then they want to get you trying to get a viral moment.
We sound crazy.
Cause I never knew love like this before.
That's the energy for this week.
Hey.
Yes.
Welcome to another week of We Sound Crazy, your official backstage pass to all things music and culture. Like and subscribe below. Your boy Foolishness in the building.
What's up, y'all? Claude Kelly in the building.
Hey, I'm Chuck Harmony. I'm in the building.
What's up, y'all? Bacon for Making is here in the building.
Oh, we got a special guest.
We have a
we
special guest.
Oh, yes, we do.
I've known this brother for going on 15 years, believe it or not.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He's an actor. He's a pop culture expert. Yes. And we have the most spirited music debates. Ladies and gentlemen, I call him Q. Y'all call him Funky Dineva. Make some noise.
Hey!
What's going on, fellas?
We about to talk. We about to
Yes.
tickety talk.
We're
talk.
about to have
I'm ready.
some fun.
I'm ready.
And I'm feeling good. When you over there smiling, you feeling good?
I feel good.
You feeling good?
I'm feeling
I
great.
feel amazing.
I took me an Eddie Winslow.
I'm like, when this kicks in, who's gonna drive this bus?
We're gonna see.
Tomorrow gonna be the same one.
Mama ain't had none of that.
Okay.
Guide us tomorrow.
Tomorrow gonna drive the bus.
Guide us tomorrow.
So that was Stephanie Mills.
Yes.
She's Stephanie's headed on tour
Yes.
with Shaka,
Yes.
Patti LaBelle,
I saw that.
Gladys Knight.
Yes.
Iconic to me.
I'm loving that.
Ooh,
line.
because it just wouldn't be a Funky Dineva if one gotta go. Which one gotta go?
That's a good.
Let's do it.
If we
Let's do
say
it.
one gotta go from the Queens tour, Shaka, Patti, Gladys, and Stephanie, one gotta go. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Gladys ass gotta go. What? Gladys can get her Mormon ass on the midnight train to Georgia. Gladys gotta go. Of those three, Gladys gotta go. I ain't never see it for Gladys like that.
Really? What are you talking about?
She cool or whatever, but I just
Cool or whatever?
I just ain't never go up for Gladys like that.
Neither one of us.
Neither one.
Oh, I love that song. A Midnight Train to Georgia. I love it, but just
Love
overall,
Overboard?
they say Gladys. Not at all. But if one gotta go, it's gotta be Gladys.
If I had to say one, and I love all of them,
Yes.
I'm so stressed.
I'm stressed.
I would have to say goodbye to Stephanie.
No.
Because
Stephanie was that girl.
She is.
She was the Brandy of her era.
She was
Wizard
the Brandy of her
Oz.
era. I love that
You know what I'm
comparison.
saying? Wizard of Oz
Yeah.
and her career's been able to transcend. Really?
She was so young.
I love Stephanie though, but I'm just saying if one's got to go.
Right.
Gladys only got songs from one era, one stretch of 10 years. Wow. And y'all trying to hold on to Gladys like that?
Yes, her tone, her voice.
Classic.
Okay, come on.
Someone else go.
I'm scared. But I do agree with Phil. Like for me personally, it would be Stephanie. I don't have as much a connection as I do to the other three.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who do I listen to the least. I listen to all of them because I got everybody's albums. Probably Patti. I love Patti. God, I love Patti.
Okay.
But
Wow, didn't see that coming.
Patti,
I thought Patty's space was solidified.
Not on We Sound Crazy.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going Gladys as well.
Okay.
Yeah, for the same reason. There's records that you cannot deny, but if I want to sit through the whole set, after Midnight Train and Neither One of Us, I might take a bathroom break.
Yeah, it's not really much left.
So y'all,
For me being a young, let me clean it up a little bit. For me being a little 41, tenderoni, it really ain't much left for me after with Gladys.
so y'all ain't trying to hear License to Kill.
I don't know that one.
That was the Bond song. James Bond song.
I'm good.
That was okay. Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So let me ask this: if you were putting together a tour of divas, let's say from the '90s, what would be those 4 slots on that stage?
Good question, Phil.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a real good one spot. Okay. 4 from the
You the tour promoter.
Deborah got a seat.
Deborah Cox.
Yeah, Deborah Cox got a seat. Shantae Moore got a seat. Wow. I don't know if it's gonna sell tickets, but just from an artistry perspective, Shanice got a seat. And I'll round them out. I'll throw Tamia on there. I'll throw Tamia in the mix. Like I think that'd be a nice, cute, healthy, kind of same tempo, same type of whatever.
Good vibe.
Kind of lane. Yeah, I would.
It's close for me too. I agree. Definitely Tamia. If at their best, everyone's top notch. They just doing it. Tamia, Faith.
Okay.
Oh man, Tamia, Faith. Jeez, it gets sticky right there.
Yeah.
Kelly Price.
Okay.
People sleep on that catalog, man.
No, it's sick.
Kelly got a catalog, and then I'm gonna throw Deborah in there as well. Which is basically the Queen's tour that never happened, by the way. Wasn't that Kelly, Tamia, and Deborah?
Yeah, they were a group. TDK.
They were a group.
They were a group.
You were a group.
Yeah.
Tamia, Deborah, and Kelly. Yeah.
In fact,
I'll send you the songs.
Did they ever have like a song to come out or
No,
whatever?
they never released anything. I'll send you. I got the album.
I met Tamia because how I met her was while they were recording that project and they were on the studio. It never came out. But
I bet it's Kelly Price's fault too, ain't it? Ain't it, Phil? Jeffrey Rose. I know she did. And while we on the subject, Kelly Price, we still don't know where you went at. Okay, you had us all confused and nervous down to the CNN. Nikki Gilbert ass was all on the TV talking. The Brat was on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Kelly Price, the people still trying to figure out where the hell you had went at.
I'm just rubbing my knees because I'm so nervous.
So apparently there were creative differences amongst the
Yeah.
ladies. But it was Tamia, Deborah, and Kelly. Warren Campbell and Shep Crawford produced the project.
Yeah, I met him at Chef Crawford's studio. There's definitely a difference of how they do business and and when you said that first tour was going to be really clean and professional, I think there was a difference in how they handled business.
Gotcha.
To me and Deb on one side and KP on the other side.
Don't feed his point. This is,
Yeah.
I mean, facts are facts, though.
We sound crazy.
But your children laughing around you. These are the makings of you.
Makings of You by the late, great Angie Stone, our dear friend. We lost Angie some weeks ago and had an amazing homegoing celebration, which I attended here in Atlanta, Georgia. And then afterwards, the bullshit started.
What happened?
What happened?
That lady and her daddy went and hijacked the damn moment. Monique had to come put her steak on. I hated that. It was just so damn tacky.
That's
it was
tacky.
like
It was disappointing.
now whenever people Google Angie Stone's death or whenever we think back to the moment, the two have been fused together. Monique with her mess. See what you did.
I didn't do nothing for the record.
Monique and her foolishness is forever going to be cemented in our brain with Angie Stone's memorial and her coming after Tyler Perry. And it was like, girl, you couldn't have caught Tyler Perry on the next bus.
Right.
Like, next bus coming in 30 minutes. Like, just let this one ride. It was just tacky.
I agree. I just thought it was like, of all the moments,
Yeah.
the takeaway was and just Angie overcame so many obstacles health-wise and such the end the chapter in such a tragic way, and for have that celebration be overshadowed by just shenanigans and just a feud. It's like, just go do that on something else.
Prime example of not reading the room.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And everything ain't gotta be a media moment for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, just have some respect for the family. Forget even that she's an R&B star. Forget that she is a real person with kids and relatives that are really going through this beyond your little personal moment about a movie that happened a long time
And you
ago.
know what? I'm gonna one up you on the have some respect for the family. Have some respect for yourself. Like, I'll be damned if I give somebody the satisfaction of thinking I'm somewhere mad with them 10 years, a decade long. You're not taking up that much space in my head.
That's
and
true.
Getting on TV begging for an apology that you never gonna get.
Yeah.
Do you honestly think Oprah is coming down off her chariot to apologize to the likes of Monique?
Oh, God. A chariot.
Okay, she's not.
Oh my God. She's not gonna swing low with her sweet chariot for you.
And Tyler ain't either at this point, because you first of all, highbrow, high value, Kevin Samuels boys, high value people like that, they not finna let you railroad them into submission on this. Come on now.
What I hate about these days in general with stuff like that is that because people don't know how to read the room and don't know timing, you lose the point. You lose your own. There were points that she had that made and make sense about business, about how women get treated, about how black women, all that stuff is valid. And I think everyone with common sense gets that. But when you don't pick and choose when to shut the fuck up or when to speak up, it just kind of ruins your platform for what you're actually talking about.
Monique, in my opinion, she doesn't want reconciliation. She wants sympathy. Because if you wanted reconciliation, in my opinion, and I said this on one of my YouTube videos, after speaking at the memorial, Tyler's heart probably would have been softened to the cause. You probably should have called him on a back channel and speak to him in that moment versus trying to browbeat him into an apology on television. The man had just given that speech. That probably would have been the perfect time to be like, Tyler, we need to talk. I heard your speech from Angie and it motivated me to give you a call, my brother. It's been long enough. Let's talk. That would have been the way to do
that makes sense.
Yeah. Well put. Yeah, agreed. Timing and context. And also sometimes some things deserve a call, some things deserve a text, some things deserve
in person.
In person. Agreed. Besides that part though, what was beautiful about Angie Stone's homegoing, right? Which is no one wants to think about this stuff, right? It's sad in all the ways, but we all hope that when we all go, that there'll be that kind of universal love for how you lived your life. And I didn't know her personally, so as someone who knew of her, it was so dope to see how many people had real stories about how she was positive in their life. And so for this, we love negativity, but for that negative thing to be so loud when everyone was just pouring their love on her is also kind of frustrating.
Do we feel like she got that same recognition when she was here? I feel like people just kind of came out the woodworks and was just like, oh, didn't know you had that kind of relationship with Angie Stone. Why wasn't this discussed 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. I definitely think Angie was one of the many who didn't collect all her things while she was here on this earth and didn't get everything that was hers to get. But why is that though? Was it the genre? Was it just because a lot of the neo soul girls ain't get what they were supposed to get? And let's talk about that really quickly. Neo soul was like, I don't know that there's been another just movement in music that was dope and as groundbreaking and culturally transforming as neo soul. I mean, I was in college and undergrad during that time, and that shit had us wearing button ups and scarves and tucking our shirt in, going to the club, and everybody trying to grow their hair out. Like, it was just it was a dope ass movement.
Because that was what was that?
Special.
Maxwell, Erykah Badu,
Vivian Green,
Jill Scott,
Lauryn Hill, D'Angelo,
Lettuce can't get tail in.
Poetry,
Music Soul Child.
Eric Benet, you could put in there. Music Soul Child, go in there.
But you know, it's interesting. As time has passed, it's actually been the part of black music that's aged the best too.
I think so too. I think it's like when Maxwell something comes on, we still just find it. But I'm gonna tell you the only thing I hate, and I'm 41 years old. I was in college during the time. I remember like looking at the music videos and was hoping when I became an adult that I would be having the experience that they were having in the music video. And I will say that's the one thing that sucked, because when I actually became a man that had enough money in my pocket to actually go to the doggone club or whatever, just culture had changed so much. And I'm like, damn, I never got to have what I grew up watching in the videos. And it kind of sucks.
Do you think it's an artist now that's keeping the tradition of neo soul going strong today?
Do I think what now?
There's an artist today, a new artist today.
So I think there's this hybrid thing going on, right? So, you know, you gotta, if we're gonna have that conversation, we gotta put Ari Lennox in it. Like I think Ari is a nice hybrid between relevant enough in her sound to get the young kids, but like soulful enough to get us. You know what I'm saying? So I think Ari, you know, Jasmine plays in those neo soul waters. Who else they got out? Oh, Summer Walker, I think, plays in those waters a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So there's a few girls out there.
Cleo Soul. I love Cleo Soul.
Oh yeah, I love Cleo Soul.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a genre or a person?
A person.
No. That's just funny you said that because
she's a artist from London.
She's from London, but she's kind of like It's neo soul with Sade mixed in.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
check that out.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
bomb.
but you know what? Let's also talk about who the carpet was rolled out for during that era. Who just had the alley oop and didn't do nothing with that ball. That doggone Jaguar Wright. Now, baby, and we're not even gonna get into the mental illness of it all. We just gonna stick to the music of it all. Like Jaguar had so much more to give that we never got.
I was never a fan.
I had the album.
I was a fan of where I thought it could have went.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Potentially.
Yeah.
Because even when she did her album, then she had the Unplugged with Jay-Z.
There you go.
Yeah,
After that,
right.
you can't
Yeah.
tell me that
Yeah.
Unplugged and
She was
have
on
you
the
like
Coke commercials and everything.
Yeah, like that Unplugged had me being like, oh, this finna be the next Lauryn Hill real quick.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I think y'all give Lauryn Hill way too much. Everybody,
What?
baby? That Lauryn Hill has successfully committed the biggest heist that will ever be known to man. This heifer is running around, still showing up late, taking all y'all money off of one CD from 1997. Like, no ma'am, no, that lady ain't gave us no new music worth a damn since 1997, and she's still getting y'all money.
Yeah.
I love Lauryn Hill.
I love.
One of
I
my
never
fa-
do.
one
I
of my
love
fa-
Miss Lauryn Hill.
But tell me that's not a scam. That's the biggest. That one seat, because that Unplugged, when she was having that nervous breakdown on TV with that scarf on, that don't count. That don't count as a Lauryn Hill CD. It really don't.
Okay.
It don't. The only one is the Miseducation. That is, she been bamboozling y'all since 1997 with that same damn CD, and ain't nobody gonna hold her accountable and make her go to lunch with Clive Davis and give us another damn CD.
Clive get in this.
Clive's like, now how did I get there?
Like, go get it. Barry Gordy, L.A. Reid, somebody. You know what I'm saying? Give us another damn CD.
I love Lauryn Hill. Here's the thing. One of my absolute favorites. I loved her in the Fugees.
Yes.
Yeah.
I loved her in Sister Act.
Yeah.
I think what kind of restored my faith in Lauryn recently was her
Yes.
singing at Roberta Flack's celebration of life.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and that actually made me put the Miseducation vinyl on. But I do agree with you too. Agree with you, sir.
You agree with him? You co-signing
to a
him?
certain extent because
Yeah,
I do
like,
feel like
come on.
for you, first of all, I just think it's disrespectful for you. And I know she's had her explanations as to why she's late, but I think it's disrespectful to people who have supported you off that one record
From 97.
for 25 plus years to continuously
It's the 97
create
for
a
me.
habit of showing up late to shows. And it's not even me being facetious. Like, I love Lauryn Hill, but I also don't get with artists just giving fans they ass to kiss. And I feel like she's done that repeatedly.
Yeah.
I remember living here in Atlanta and her having a show at Chastain Park, and they shut the lights off on her because she literally showed up before the ordinance took place.
And then had the audacity to recently get on TV, accept an award with her mama, look us all dead square in the face and tell us we ought to be glad she even showed
part.
up. Like, are you serious, girl? Like, and I get it. I
Me and Phil, like-
I get it metaphorically. Oh, you know, I'm going through so much and y'all
Yeah.
don't know how hard life is. And if it wasn't for my mama, y'all don't even know. Y'all ought to be glad I even showed up. I get it, but no, girl. Like Monique, read the room, honey. No, you don't get to tell late jokes on our money with that one CD from 1997, Lauryn Hill. I'm sorry. Now, maybe if you would have had another CD in 2007, maybe you could have played in our face a little bit. Okay, maybe if you would have gave us one in 2014, you could have played in our face a little bit. Maybe if you would have gave us in 2021. Now, I don't gave this heifer 4 different 10 years. That's almost 40 years. She could have.
Yo, chill.
You don't have almost 40 years to get us. My math off because of the edible. You know, 97, 2007,
10,
17,
20.
and we in 2025. I'm gonna go ahead and round it up to 2027. So we don't have almost 40 years for you to give us some more damn music. Okay, you got the nerve to play in our face talking about we ought to be glad you even showed up. No, your ass ought to be glad we even still buying tickets. Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Would you want to hear something from her now?
No.
I would.
No,
I would.
I most definitely would, but I definitely question where she would fit in the musical landscape right now.
I can see that. Yeah.
When she did the tribute to Roberta Flack, it reminded me of how damn good she sounds when everything is in place.
Yes.
Everything's focused,
Yes.
right? Which brings me to a point tying even back to the first question about the tour, right? Was Chuck and I talked about this. There was a clip of her going viral the night before. I think in Florida at something where Doechii came out.
Yeah, Jazz
performed.
at Garden.
Yeah.
And with all due respect to the festival, it sounded a mess. And it wasn't necessarily her, but it's just, you know how it is when there's the big festivals and everyone's playing too loud and she's screaming to get over the thing. And the next day, I would have been hoarse screaming like that. she went to this funeral and it was just so reverent. And a big part of the problem is the places where people are performing too. Because to your point, maybe it's that you don't belong in an arena, not because you can't fill an arena, but also because certain venues require different time constraints. They also do different sound, different everything. And her mom like, yo, but if you put her in this church or whatever, that sounds good. Now all of a sudden everything comes together. So it's all the BS of the entourage and the arena and the this and the that kind of gets in the way of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
And to that, a reason I brought it back to the divas thing was that my only problem with that tour is that they're doing it in arenas. For the age group that's coming, arenas are awful to sit in.
Yeah, they're awful.
Yes.
They are sound awful.
Yeah,
Besides
sound
the fact that you love that a lot of people are there,
Yeah.
it's not really a lovely experience. And I'd love for these women who have these beautiful catalogs to be in well-planned theaters.
And you want to know what's funny thing that I thought about it? I don't necessarily think that the ladies are going to fill arenas either, because all of them speak to the same audience, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They all speak to the same audience. It's not like, oh, if I get Patty, that's one audience. I get Gladys, that's another audience. And then I get Stephanie, that's a third audience. It is all the same audience that will come to see one or all four.
Yeah.
But I will say this, I had some friends that didn't want to go. I encourage everybody, and I don't even know these people, the Black Promoters Collective, I encourage everybody to go to the concert. Just look at it this way. We're losing all of our legends. All of our legends are about to die. They're going to age out pretty soon. And you're going to get four in one sitting.
It's historic.
This will be my first time seeing all four perform. So I'm getting to knock out four. Even Gladys, I'm getting in there get my popcorn after she said that's not going to use the bathroom.
Well, I'm hearing Gladys is actually first.
I was going to say, how do you decide who goes first?
About who is the least desirable on the thing. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We're going to go to
And my girl Nita should have been on this thing too.
Never going to happen.
We sound crazy.
Just fine when I think my peace of mind is out of reach. The scales are sometimes unbalanced.
So Anita Baker is one of my favorite artists, period, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like she still doesn't get the flowers and the applause that she deserves.
No.
And she just doesn't.
Anita never got all of her things. And two, for her to have disappeared as long as she disappeared and then come back and sing and sound like the CD.
Incredible.
I don't know about y'all. When I pay my money, you need to sound like the CD. Don't come in here doing no extra stuff, no arrangements we never heard. Don't come bringing in no extra band members. Your cousin Chucky just got out of jail and he don't learn how to play the violin. We don't. No. I needed to sound like Lauryn Hill, 1997. I needed to sound like that. Okay, and Anita's one of those. I went and saw her when she did her residency in Vegas.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Same.
Oh my God.
It was incredible.
Amazing.
And our live show is crazy.
And I'm going to tell you what I love and what the new artists, in my opinion, they need to study. They need to study the longevity of these artists, right? The simple fact, Anita got up there, no shade, with a limp. She got on with some sequins on and a see-through onesie. Anita had the see-through panty thing on with the onesie, baby. And she hobbled from left and right across the stage with just a monitor in the back and just voices.
Yeah.
And that's sickening. And a lot of these new artists now, y'all need to study that. Like, how can I captivate a room without all the extra frills?
Yeah.
And that's where I think these new artists can't even compete.
I mean, she was incredible. Seeing Anita in Vegas, still in great voice. The musicians, everything was just flawless. I was there the night Lil Wayne was there at the show because I was there the next night after you were there. So,
Okay, yeah. I remember.
But since I believe that Anita still didn't, as you say, she didn't collect her things. Who else in Q's voice didn't collect their things? Who was there a lot more that they didn't get their flowers? When you think about some of our divas or even male artists that
there are quite a few. So it's funny. So male artists, I never did this one. Keith Washington never got his things.
Keith Washington.
Was he supposed to get his?
Yeah, he was. There was some more left for Keith Washington. I think I think Keith Washington was supposed to get all the things that Johnny Gill got.
really,
Yeah, I think so. I think Keith was.
I think this is probably controversial because it's so pop culture. I don't think Pebbles gets all her love.
No.
Because she's seen as the anti to the whole TLC thing. But you got to give her credit for when you know what's up, she's a visionary for that stuff.
Pebbles
She had
got
number
her
one
things.
records.
She got them people things. She got them girl things.
Wait.
Pebbles need to refund some things. Okay. What Pebbles?
I love Pebbles, man.
Don't need marshmallow.
Yeah. Mercedes boy.
Nah,
Mercedes.
Nah, she got all she was supposed to get.
Alexander O'Neal's another one of my favorites.
Oh
too.
my God. Let me tell you something. This past holiday weekend, I didn't realize how sickening he was in the Christmas album space.
Oh, yeah.
My Pandora was on
Sleigh
and
Ride.
it just kept.
I didn't even know this.
Oh my God.
That Christmas
Alexander
album
O'Neal
jams.
has a sickening,
Yeah.
timeless
Yes. Yeah.
Christmas album.
That's Jam and Lewis, baby.
All right, I'm about to dive into that for the next holiday.
Sleigh
I really didn't know
Ride.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He literally took Fake and turned it into a Christmas song.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I to that point, I don't think Shanice gets her.
Shanice definitely didn't get everything that was. Shanice, so me and Phil talked about this. I think that Shanice was supposed to have the career that Brandy had. Think about it coming off of I Love Your Smile. Yeah. But there was no infrastructure set in place yet for a black teenage girl. There just wasn't no infrastructure. There was no Disney princess to push her through or no, all those different avenues. But Shanice, in theory, was the first Brandy. You know what I'm saying?
I always say her, Tevin Campbell, and Tracy Spencer were
Yes.
kind of like the precursor to Brandy, Monica, and Usher.
Yeah.
Aaliyah.
Most-
like they kind of set the path
They did.
for that 90s teen era.
And there was no, again, when they came out, there was no infrastructure for them. There was no Disney and Nickelodeon and Netflix and lunch. Well, I mean, they had lunch boxes and stuff, but yeah, there was no infrastructure to push them through. So
Interesting. I never thought about that, but that makes so much sense.
think about it. I Love Your Smile was like the biggest.
Oh my God.
It was a Brandy song of that
And
time.
and she did like
the 90210
90210, and
record.
she was on Family Matters and all that stuff.
See what I'm
You're
saying?
right.
But
you're
then
right.
it was
It's
like,
a-
where else did you put black teen with powerful voice at that time?
Yeah. Interesting.
Another group I'm gonna say that I don't believe they collected all their things. Cut close.
They didn't. And then Athena had some solo things
Athena
to collect.
sure did. Ass off,
Athena,
yo.
Sure did.
Athena. Now, Phil, you always setting me up to be shady. Now, I was on Instagram the other day. Now, Athena was singing, but Tabitha and LaVon, the backing track was playing when it was Yago. So if I really want to get up on it, I need the backing track vocals to come down on the chorus part because Athena mic was on. But Tabitha and LaVon, and I'm not saying it don't be on, but on that particular clip I was watching, the chorus was being sang like the radio was playing.
That was a great debut album, though. The only album that they have, but that was a good album.
They didn't get all their things at all. Cut Close didn't get all their things. Janae didn't get all their things.
Yo, now Janae, they don't get enough love.
They don't. They don't. They were those girls.
They're actually before Neo Soul,
Yep.
and we're kind of sitting that.
Set it
That's
up.
before Neo Soul.
They might have been like the godmothers that kind of ushered it in.
Yeah.
They were.
We had to learn how to pronounce the name first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The whole thing was like, let me get you an experience.
Yeah, because it's a groove thing. Hey, Mr.
Oh my God.
Groove Theory didn't get all
Sending
their
my
things.
love.
Sending my love.
Yeah.
Sending my love. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, Groove Theory is another.
Groove Theory.
Man.
Groove Theory, Amel LaRue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't get all their things. Floetry didn't get all their things. Oh, y'all went radios.
But were these people that, for whatever reason, just couldn't? No. Because I agree, but I just feel like a lot of these people broke up
See, I've been
prematurely.
watching you for a while. Your smiling style. You know, if I could be with you for the night. All right. Is that
all right?
Maybe they did get everything they were supposed to get. one person was pulling all the way.
Oh man,
Because I could have did. Marsha called me, baby. We go on tour. Okay, man.
She's going on tour with Lettucey, right?
Yeah.
Marsha.
Marsha's going on tour with Lettucey.
her last record
Yeah.
was really good. Casablanca.
She got nominated for a Grammy for it.
Now here's the thing: Marsha would have got way more things had her solo career been during that neo soul era. Because Marsha really can sing and hold it down.
And right.
Yeah.
We sound crazy.
Okay, so the BET Awards is coming up on June 9th
Yes.
in Los Angeles.
Yes.
It's a black tie affair, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, just putting that out there. But Q, I'm going to ask you, pretend you are the producer of the BET Awards this year.
Great question.
who is performing,
Yes.
who is hosting,
Yes.
and who are you honoring? Who's the Big Legend Award?
That's a good question. Jeez.
Okay, so the easiest question is Quincy Jones is getting the Legend Honor Award this go around. And really, yeah, Quincy. I mean, it just he passed.
Yeah.
Quincy, what he did, there doesn't even no explanation.
Right.
Quincy's getting honored.
Who are you calling for the tribute?
Okay, so for the tribute, we're definitely. So let's start with what songs we gonna do
Yes.
and who gonna do them. We'll let Tamia come out and sing "You Put a Move on My Heart" from Q's Joint.
Absolutely.
Thank
should.
you.
And we'll also let Tamia and Babyface do slow jam. Let me get a taste.
I'm totally down with that.
Babyface, and you know it'll be.
Gotta change the R. Kelly line though, probably
okay.
for television.
Probably. We definitely got to get Secret Garden. So okay, y'all had Luke James in here before I got in here. Luke definitely has to take the James Ingram register.
Yeah.
Maybe throw Miguel on there. Maybe
Okay.
as the Barge. Who gonna do the Barry voice and who gonna do Barry? Let's see. I don't know, but we got to get that. Yeah,
This is good though.
that
You're on a roll right now.
Let me see.
You calling Tevin Campbell?
I'm going to call Tevin and I'm going to call Chris Brown to come in and do the Michael Jacksons.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna
Let's fix that once and
make
for
our
all.
brother whole
Yes,
with
yes.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Agreed.
no shade to what Janelle Monáe did on the Grammys. She did her personal best. You know what I'm saying? And that's great. But it just wasn't that epic. It wasn't the Mike tribute that we've all been yearning for as of yet. I'm trying to think who else. I mean, Quincy has done so much. I mean, we may have to pay homage a little bit to some of his Broadway stuff and maybe throw a little piece of Wiz performance on there better than what they had Queen Latifah do on whatever it was that she was on, because
That was the
no
Oscars.
shade to the Queen. It was so whitewashed. It just was so not even. And then since Stephanie Mills is alive, we'll probably let her come out and play a little bit in the Ease on Down the Road tribute. You know what I'm saying? Even let Diana come on out.
would love
and
Diana
do
Ross to
just
come out.
do a little
Come on
piece,
now.
just because, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a way to do it, and that's why you can always look at an artist tribute and tell when there is a lack of top level diversity in the rooms that create these things, because the performances just don't hit.
Yeah.
I've been saying this since he passed away. I was like, Quincy Jones was an orchestra guy and a jazz guy. There's enough black orchestras in America. And put Samara Joy in front of that stage to do some of them classics he worked on. And get the black orchestra from Atlanta with Samara in front to do a medley of just his. That gotta happen too. He is music. Quincy Jones is music.
And guess who I'm getting to produce the musical segment?
Who?
Kanye.
What?
Yes. With what Kanye did with that Sunday service, like, come on now, like we got to give Kanye. We gonna get him his medication, and I'm gonna contract Kanye to be over the music portion.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Now the shit might not happen, you know.
Okay, so who would you have the host?
All right, host. Let's see. I don't know why. I'm just in a nostalgic throwback type of black excellence. You said it's Black Tie? Mm-hmm. Felicia Rashad.
Really?
To host the whole show?
She probably have to co-host. Actually, her and Debbie. I think
gonna
her
say
and
that.
Debbie
Get her
hold us
sister.
down.
Great. That would be
her
great.
and Debbie. We are in this HBCU push thing with Netflix ordering the new sequel pilot for Different World. Like we could even, kind of throw in a little, every segment is Dwayne Wayne and Whitley doing
That's a
type
dope
of-
idea.
type of thing.
That's a
like
dope
to
idea.
just bring some dignity back to some of our black spaces and to push that message. Like, okay, yeah, we done did our Instagram thought and our influencer era now. Like, can we get back to y'all wanting to go to school and be goddamn pharmacists and accountants? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's about the bigger messaging of it all. So yeah, I would go get, if we doing black excellence and Black Tie, we gonna go get Felicia, because Felicia, she popping right now. That's kind of where my brain would go creatively. Now there's gonna be somebody in the room that's gonna say, oh, she too old, we need to skew younger, because y'all know how networks always do, they're going after the younger crowd. If we had to go get somebody younger, I'm tired of Taraji in that space, in the hosting space. She did it, she's great. Who else is on and popping right now in that hosting space?
I would say Keke Palmer.
I'm kind of.
Are you Kiki'd out?
Oh, Kiki. for me, and I love Kiki, but Kiki kind of got one note when it comes to like her hosting and stuff, and it's kind of like this gay drag queen man persona thing. It's just, I think it's just a little dated. Michelle Obama.
He's going big.
Wow.
Let's go. Because Michelle playing in the podcast space now. She ain't got to be all classy based and all pulled up no more. And when they go high, we go low.
Yeah.
Go get Michelle. Let's let Michelle. Let's go get her a nice stylist. Get her some fun clothes we ain't never seen her in. I want to see Michelle with a cocktail, bitch. I want to see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just kind of how I'm a little more cerebral with it. Like that's kind of.
Nah, but you're shaking shit up, and I like that because it can't be the typical thing anymore. We've seen a lot.
And that would keep folks' attention.
Yeah.
Who's performing?
Who's performing? All right, so if we got to pull the people with the present artists that be hot, and,
but not even because we know they're going. We know whoever's on the charts is going to be on the stage.
Okay.
Who needs to be on that stage that they be playing in their face? And can it be a legend or anyone? Like, come on, give him some time.
So y'all know you can't do nothing without Fantasia. Like you just can't.
Like it's gotta happen.
It's just like Fantasia got an automatic spot on everybody. Fume, tribute, and anything that start with B, N, and T. Okay, so Fanny gotta be there. Okay. I'm trying to think who else who else is those artists that you just know gonna be there? You know Fantasia's singing, we know that.
Lettucey's kind of in that same boat.
Lettucey is kind of the tribute queen too. She gonna be in there.
Just performing at the show.
Mary J. Blige is BET. Mary J. Blige got to be. Now Mary J. Blige is. She ain't quite as bad as Lauryn Hill with getting off on us with the old. Now Lauryn Hill. Oh Lord. Mary J. Blige is another one that'll give you a nasty tour run on nostalgia. Okay, but it's a great thing because Mary does have music that transcends decades.
Big catalog.
But Mary's gonna be there. Let's do something more fun. Who can't be there? Who do we not want to see on that stage that the people keep recycling in that market? Who do we not want to see?
Let me think about it.
And it could just be overexposure. I'm gonna tell you who I don't want to see. I don't want to see or hear Alicia Keys with that lesbian music. I just don't. I don't want to nowhere near the stage. I don't want to nowhere near it.
This might be controversial because I know that it's all about who's running the charts.
Yeah.
But we could stand, this is bold, we could stand to do a less hip hop year.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I 100% agree. And I think it's also time for black pop culture and hip hop to stop being so synonymous with one another. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I agree.
And they already have the hip hop awards. I've always felt like that was kind of unfair.
Yeah.
Because what I want to do is give a little space to some of the artists that we know are legendary and other that don't fit in R&B or don't fit in hip hop. Like, I'd like to see something a little more black folk, a little like, let's give Tracy Chapman some time. Let's give Deion Farris some time.
She can't come.
You don't like Tracy Chapman?
Give me one more reason for her to leave. No. Her and her fast car. No, ma'am.
What?
No,
What
ma'am.
in the world?
I just said Alicia Keys can come up there with her lesbian music, and now you can let Tracy come up there with hers. And this is not anti-LGBT because I'm gay as all outdoors. We don't want to hear that. That's the wrong night. That's the wrong night. She could sing at the tea before the tea that they have on Thursday when people just come into town. Let her stay over there. Deion can come if she coming with Arrested Development. Now, if she gonna come with Arrested Development, then we gonna do a little throwback. Oh, well, then she.
But I love Deion. Some of them songs that don't fit easily in that space.
Well, I do wish that BET would kind of expand its genre, like tapping into other genres. Like, there's no reason why there shouldn't have been a country moment already on the BET Awards, but all of this, just this new stuff that's happening in Nashville with black folks in country. You got people like Infinity Song. I don't know if y'all have heard of them, but it's Southern Soul. Like, there's just so many different pockets.
Where the fans at? Let's do it on the BET stage.
That needs to be highlighted, and for whatever reason, the last like 3 or 4 years, BET has only highlighted the all the females in hip hop, which I think is great. But it's like the whole 3.5 hours though. Like,
so let me ask an honest question, of black people.
Yeah.
And I know we do this whole thing on Instagram where we're like, we created country music, but let's tell a real truth here.
Yep.
Let's tell a real truth. Let's extrapolate Beyonce from the situation.
Yeah,
when you say, Black BET delve on country, are Black people really messing with country music for real, for real? And I say no. I think that the movement is artificially inflated because of what Beyonce's brought to it and Shabuzi. I really do not think for real, and I'm not talking about outliers. I don't think for real, that there are huge pockets of Black people just sitting around going in on country music. And it may sound ignorant on my part, and it may even sound like a lack of exposure. I just haven't seen it or been a part of it.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I think that's valid, because when you look at some of the artists that are popular for Black country, I don't think Black people listen to them.
Yeah. But have they been exposed to those people? Like, sometimes all it takes is just an introduction for people to say, oh, I actually like that. Let me pull them up on Apple Music and save their music. That kind of thing. So I feel like if there's never been an opportunity for these people to get in front of an audience, because they're not getting the exposure at the ACMs, they're not getting exposure at the CMT Awards, because they don't want our ass over there. Yeah. We saw what they did with Beyonce. As ACMs just gave them they asked to kiss Beyonce. So I just think there needs to be an opportunity for them to, like, BET always does, like, the little
Ciphers?
The ciphers or the Music Matters moments where they kind of they beeline to the commercial. Like, let's have those little moments where Tanner Adele.
You know what? That's perfect. That'd be a perfect rollout, because that'll give us some exposure. You're right, because there's so many artists that I've found through those ciphers, or whatever. And don't flood me out with a whole bunch of it. Now just give me a little taste to see if I like it. Let Sprite come across and do what they do. That's right. And then let MC Light take us out to commercial, and then we can come back to the shit we really want to see.
I think that Black country might be a different genre than white country.
Right.
Like, it might be a whole nother thing.
Now, that adds an interesting layer to the conversation. And you're absolutely right, because I think it would be done a little different. I will say this. I'm highly anticipating and interested in seeing and hearing what K. Michelle is going to do in the space. Unpopular opinion, I think K. Michelle's sound in country would probably emote a little more emotion and touch people a little more than I think what Beyonce's project's been able to do. I don't know why, and I don't need the Beehive attacking me. I don't know why I feel like Beyonce kind of cosplayed a country singer. And it's just me, but when I listen to K. Michelle and the way she yodels and does her thing, it makes me think of Bonnie Raitt and Dolly Parton and all of those other, because I'm old school with it. So give me Bonnie Raitt. I don't know about these new girls, I'm Taylor Adele and I'm okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it don't give me, those girls. So I'm just interested to see what Kay is gonna do in the space.
We love K. Michelle here. I love Cowboy Carter personally, but these two brothers actually did K. Michelle's very first country.
We did that song.
Nice. Okay.
K. Michelle has a natural twang.
Yeah. And maybe that's what it is. And maybe that's just where it starts and stops.
That's where it starts, for sure. Like, when we were in the studio, and this was way before the country album even came into fruition, we were calling her Black Dolly. Just because of the way that her reflections, the way she talked.
She's a Memphis girl. She's been talking about country. I've known K. Michelle since her first album, and she's always been like, I'm just trying to get to my country album. So I know that it's not just a now thing. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. And
she moved to Nashville. When we moved to Nashville, we were like, come here and just get in it, because you have to also be in it. And she has the potential to do something really powerful if it's done right.
Yeah,
I agree. But I do believe that there is, and I've seen the data. I can even share some, that Black and brown audiences are now being more exposed to country. So you're starting to see more streaming and consumption from Black and Latinx. So it's actually, you're starting to see, but it's about exposure. And I personally love country music.
I do too.
So it's funny. I grew up in Miami, Florida, for whatever my environment, just was never really exposed to it, and outright didn't like it because of lack of exposure, just downright did not like it, just didn't resonate with me at all. Somebody said something to me one day that forever changed my perspective on country music, and I began to delve into it a little bit. And they said, country music is white people's R&B.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And then now, I'm the biggest R&B here, so when you framed it that way, and then I sat back and I started like listening, I was like, oh my God, this is, I was like, it's almost let's talk about it. rooted in anti-blackness when a white person that loves country music be like, oh, I don't like R&B music, because when you kind of frame it that way, they're one in the doggone thing.
Yeah.
And when I framed it that way, I was like, oh my God, these are country music or love songs. I love this.
Yeah, it's
and when you get in the studio with the country artists, they know the deep cuts of R&B. They are
study.
fans of R&B.
Okay.
Yeah.
The missing link, which ties the black people to it, is the part that's also missing from R&B. It's the blues part.
Gotcha.
Right now in R&B and in country, you have all like we partying, we're spending money, we're getting drunk at the bar. That's what Shaboozie's known for. It's like we tipsy, but the part that black people add, especially, is the blues part.
Yeah.
That's why Southern Soul is taking off. Boots on the ground. Yeah. It's a song about country things.
Yeah.
From a black person, and so I think if we let black people do country their way, which is not necessarily imitating what's happening on Music Row in Nashville, but has this like, I'm singing about pain and heartache and my baby done left me, which is what was kind of that blend. I think a lot of people are listening to it and it's just not called country. They might not even have a name at all, but it's just, there's a lot of that space where artists that don't know where to fit, because if you're not doing what Summer Walker's doing, which is R&B on the radio, and you're not doing country like Nashville's doing it, then where do you fit?
Right. You know, I love something you just said in this moment when you said it's the blues piece that's missing.
It's missing.
And I want to raise that adjective and add to it, it's that ancestral piece. Because that's what that blues is. It's that ancestral piece.
That's what I'm saying.
Just innate to who we are. Even though we ain't been to Africa and we didn't come over in the Middle Passage, but it's that piece that stuck with us from way back when.
Yes, that's good.
And that lends itself to a larger conversation, because do y'all feel like we've kind of gotten away from just connecting to where we come from? Because I just,
in music?
Just in general. I feel like that's what made, like, we listened to Melissa Morgan earlier, we listened to, like, I feel like they knew the through line of where they came from, and that's why their music was so potent with soul. And now I just feel like I think that's why we're starting to have certain things taken away from us because of this new administration, because we've gotten too comfortable.
I think social media, in conjunction with traditional media, in conjunction with reality TV, in conjunction with consumerism, I just think overall things just gotten so materialistic. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's cool, and that's the easiest thing to produce. When we got 9 million songs about popping bottles and driving fancy cars and big chains, and so that gets mass produced and it's so cheap to make. And you're right, through translation, we've lost that ancestral piece. Yeah. We've lost that love piece. One of my homeboys said to me, he was like, you know, we ain't got no good R&B music and no good love songs no more because niggas ain't falling in love no more. And it's like, but when you look at media, that's what it's portraying. It's like, it's all about chains, bags, bottles, and bitches. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, when is the last time we've had a male ballad? When is the last time we had a Lenny Williams? Because when is the last time we just, outside of Money Long, where are the ballads?
Right. Yeah. But what's crazy about that is that, all right, we watch television, whether you watch dramas, comedy, reality TV, there's a lot of crazy shit happening, whether you look good, bad, and otherwise, right? Again, the ancestral blues part. It's not that there's a lack of opportunities to write music for the drama. People getting their heart broken on reality TV. People, there's just no one saying I was your lover and your secretary.
It just looks different because in these days you crash out on Instagram and then you get a show on Zeus.
Right.
So that's what. So you got to think about it. When we were teenagers in high school and stuff, you know, when your little boyfriend or girlfriend broke your heart, you went and listened to some sad music.
Yeah.
They don't do that. They crash out on Snapchat. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's different.
We could make songs that. We could make songs that match heartbreak, because heartbreak is still happening, right?
And it's universal.
People still getting cheated on. All that's still happening, probably more than ever. We've seen it more than ever. Yeah. But we gotta slow down a little bit and make sure we're writing songs about the actual soundtrack of our lives. Yeah. And it ain't just all a party. It ain't all balling. It ain't all shopping sprees. Yeah. Where's that stuff? That's my question, Phil.
That's your question?
Where's the heartbreak?
We sound crazy.
Let's do the segment that you just said. Who does too much?
See, y'all like to get down.
Oh,
Y'all be going for viral moments over here. I don't be like it. I don't like them podcasts. They invite you on. They try to give you craft services and liquor and stuff and get you all loosed up. Then they want to get you trying to get a viral moment.
Oh my God. Oh man. That's a personal opinion. You know, everyone's
one of Phil Faye's, Kim Burrell. She do way too much. Way too much.
You mean musically?
Mm-hmm. Just musically. All them run. And
love Kim.
Girl ain't ran nowhere. Ain't ran all them runs, and they just ain't ran nowhere.
Ain't ran nowhere.
Just still as big as she want to be. Just ain't ran nowhere. Go ahead, Phil. Who else do too much? The catalyst for this is when you said Boys to Men or Jodeci, and I said, yeah, Wanye just does too much for me. He does.
I mean, I can understand why you say that.
All of this. I mean, but I can't sing worth a lick, so maybe it's necessary for it to sound good on the beat. I don't know. I'm trying to think who else do too much.
At this point,
I don't know, but we can talk about who ain't doing enough.
I was at this point, no one's doing enough. Is the problem.
Who ain't doing enough?
This is why the show's called We Sound Crazy.
This is exactly why. Right. You know what? I mean, and I really like his family, but I don't have to hear anything musically from him again because he does way too much for me. Just Ray J.
Just as a celebrity in general?
Just as an artist, musically.
Yeah. That damn Versus was a lot.
You know, I think Ray J is very lucky that he even had a music career. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those kind of timing things, like your sound or lack thereof was kind of like synonymous with what kind of poppy stuff that was going on. Because we gonna really pretend like Ray J could sing for real? Like, is that what we gonna do on here?
I think Ray J can sing. I've been in the studio with Ray J. He can sing.
Okay,
for sure.
Okay.
I mean, they're a musical family, and one of my first studio experience with artists was with Ray J, and he can sing. Okay. That's different from the live performances, or if you're preparing to sing live, Understood. Or if you've done on the work.
Understood.
That, you know what I'm saying, like different, but he can sing.
He can sing. I just think a lot of the recent in the last like 10 years, a lot of that stuff overshadowed and clouded that fact that he's actually talented. Because
that's fair.
His album when he was a kid, like he was
dope.
He was singing.
It's funny. Oh, we can't play this one because this one is real messy. But it's like some artists you just shouldn't know personally.
A lot of them.
You know, there are just some people who they get on these reality TV shows, or you get a glimpse of who they really are, and you don't like them from a deep place. And that's Kelly Price for me. Like, baby, she couldn't sell me no damn popcorn. Kelly Price can sell me shit. Okay? Like, literally, if they was like, we going to the affordable old school concert, the ticket's only $25 and it's gonna be like 10 of them on there, and if they say Kelly Price name on it, I'm not going. What she showed me on R&B Divas just put just such a nasty taste in my mouth. I was like, I don't want nothing from her. And that's kind of how, for me, what the love and hip hop thing has kind of done with Ray J. It's kind of like, I look at you now as a clown when I should just be appreciating you for the music. Because you're right. I was in high school when that album came out. Wait a minute. We had a good time and all of that. But now, with all the antics, it's like, we should have never known you personally. It makes me wonder how many artists out there really are horrible people, but we just don't know it because they're like, you don't need to know me personally. Come see these little pieces of performances. Like, think about it. We don't know nothing about Maxwell.
True.
We don't know who Maxwell go with. If he go with men, women, kangaroos, or flower pots, we don't know his personality. We don't know what we don't know nothing, but we know all we need to know. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I think we need to get back to that with a lot of artists. I don't need to know your ins and outs because I might not like you.
And you forget that, as an artist specifically, not just as a celebrity, but as a musician, right? Your job is to come out every couple of years, whenever you come out, and sell a feeling.
Yeah, that's it.
Sell love, sell heartbreak, sell hope, sell a party. And if we know so much about you that we cannot get lost in that fantasy, Maxwell comes out every time and it's just like he puts you right back where he left that tone last time.
He reminds us why we fell in love.
And do you know who the king of that was?
Yeah.
Luther Vandross.
Yeah. Him too.
You know, the documentary, so I'm not disrespecting the ancestor, but Luther Vandross was a whole gay man. A whole one. Oh yeah, the documentary.
Yeah.
Messy ass documentary. Why Patty LaBelle wasn't in that documentary? Now y'all did Patty wrong. Y'all did put the camera on Phil ass. Y'all did Patty LaBelle wrong. Y'all should have let that lady see what was going on. That lady was her friend. Then y'all had all them people jump Patty LaBelle on that documentary.
Have the people. We love Patty. I love Patty.
Y'all had all them people attacking Patty LaBelle.
No, we love
I'm
Patty.
just playing, but no.
But there was an interview done though.
Yeah, but back to the original point, Luther Vandross was the prime example of you don't need to know me personally. You just need to know what I'm doing right here with Nat Adderley Jr. and Lisa Fisher and all the rest of these people up here on this stage. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
And I think if more artists get to that and get out of the vanity and the materialism of it all and just go back to just being an artist.
And be mysterious. And the thing is, you don't have to tell everybody everything.
The mystique is gone.
The mystique is gone.
We don't need to know who you're dating.
No.
We don't need, that's another one I tell our friend, girl, why is the ins and outs of your romantic stuff on the damn Instagram? That's just nobody's business.
Yeah. But I think that's why Beyonce is still, like, people are still clamoring for something from Beyonce, because she don't say nothing.
We don't know nothing about it. You know what's another one that was like that? Janet them, man.
Janet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Queen of Mystery.
Yeah, and I want to tell you
Sade, too.
something. Janet, Sade, Beyonce, they proved to me that you can be a celebrity and keep your business private. Because you don't never see no random picture of Janet Jackson at Popeyes. You just don't. Like, you don't. You ain't never seen Beyonce walking out of Target. You know what I mean? So it's like, y'all can be, if you want to be hidden and don't want the paparazzi and the Instagram to see you,
don't have to be.
We ain't never seen Oprah at a stoplight. We don't. So you can be private if you want to be private.
It's a choice.
Do you think it's a pressure for artists today to expose more because music is not
The focal
enough?
point. Yeah.
You know, that's a very good perspective. So I think that's part of it. And then I think the other part of it just don't even have anything to do with music. And that's just the world we live in now with the social media that, you know, people get so much praise for all the other bullshit, whether it be, you know, oh, you dress nice, so now you're somebody, or you got a nice body, now you're somebody, or you're funny, now you're somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, people get recognition, fame, and more dollars from all of the other stuff. Yeah. Like, think about it. You know, some of these C-level artists, in order for you to even have any relevancy, you kind of got to go on Love and Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? Or you gotta do.
And then once it works one time, once it's proof it works one time, then, like, for example, reality TV really helped build Keisha Cole's career.
Yeah. She's where I was going next.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, we watched it the whole time, and her family and the ups and downs, the tragedies, the wins. But part of your love for Keisha Cole is the empathy for a situation. And it pours into the heart. And arguably, had she lived longer, it's interesting because reality TV and Whitney Houston would have worked really well. Oh, it did. It was not a great part of her life, but her real personality, not the one that they gave us with the early days. Her real personality was a clapback queen.
Her and Bobby Brown shows before its time. If it would have came out a little later, it would have fit right in the groove with what we like to consume right now. Because when you go back and look at it, it was train wreck TV then.
Yeah. And all those memes from that time, from that way back, are still they're still getting used because all her facial expressions backstage, on stage, and interviews were so legendary that it's just the reason people try is because they're hoping that it might work for them, and most times it crashes and burns. But for a couple people, it works.
It did work. It did. Keisha Cole definitely did it the right way.
She definitely,
because she was like, but see, that's what she did. But it was smart. Y'all gonna come in here and show y'all ass. And I'm gonna stand up here and look perched and rich
and dropping out after the season's over.
That's how you.
Because Mary would never do that. Mary's also quite mysterious.
Yeah.
She's not giving you more than the songs.
No, that's because that's just what it was back then, and that's what paid. Nobody, and when you think about it, back during that time, I mean, we might have picked up a little magazine that might have cared who they were dating a little bit. We didn't care about the rest of that stuff, though. We was too busy watching the music video.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's another thing. Like, the internet messed up everything. I feel for these kids now because
I agree.
We used to be able to get lost in our
music.
Yeah. Like, you listen to it on the radio when you're playing outside, and you go in the house and you had the box and you had MTV and BET, and we had, y'all young kids don't know nothing about this. We had hour-long and 2-hour-long television programs where nothing but music videos
Yeah.
played.
Yeah.
And we got our food and sat in front of the TV for an hour and got lost inside of every single music video. And then you might have left there and went to McDonald's where that artist and that music video was part of a larger campaign, and you might have got the cup and the cookie and the toy that went with it. It just was a whole engulfment, and they just don't have it these days.
I feel like we appreciated it because it was a privilege to have cable. To watch BET, MTV.
Yes.
Everybody didn't have the money like that to have cable. And then everybody didn't have $20 to go get a CD.
Yeah,
I think we have way too much access now to the point where it's just like, okay, I'm gonna listen, that Beyonce record gonna come out next week. I'm gonna listen to it for 2 weeks and then I'm gonna move on to something else. When we bought an album from Sam Goody or wherever we were going, you were gonna cherish and savor that record because your mama just came out of her check.
Yeah, for you to get it.
$20.
And you kept it on rotation.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You just kept it on. We appreciate it, and we listened to them for the whole year.
Yes.
Like, you played that album on rotation for the year. Now, I guess because streaming and stuff, when I hear something, I Shazam it, I like it, bam, I play it for about a week, and then it's like,
It's wherever
so
it is.
much other stuff coming through, and albums just aren't as quiet. First of all, people ain't throwing all these damn EPs out so damn quick, and I don't know. The whole infrastructure just messed up at this point. But I miss the days where I could get lost in an album like Donnell Jones Is Where I Want to Be. My very first CD was Wait and Exhale.
Mine too.
I can put a Wait and Exhale album on and just sit back and just get lost.
1 to 16.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
What was the last album that was like that for you?
No skips.
No skips.
Ooh. I can't off the top of my head. I don't think we have enough time for me to think hard enough to think about it. I'm being honest. It would definitely be somebody from that early 2000s era. That's the last time I felt that feeling. I can't think off the top of my head right now.
Yeah.
We can play the game now. If you ready, if you really prepared. What if we actually played a game to play a song, and then I'm gonna cut it off within the first 3 seconds, but you got to tell me the name of the artist and the song title.
Okay.
I'm gonna just play like literally the first maybe 2 seconds.
Baby Be Mine, Mickey Howard. I've been trying to tell myself I don't need you.
Yeah.
That one even 2 seconds.
As soon as you heard the first chord.
Right.
Number 2.
Mary J. Blige. You Gotta Believe. Mary J. Blige and R. Kelly. You gotta believe.
Come on now.
You gotta believe.
You
Gotta believe in me. You gotta believe in me. Cause I won't ever hurt you. See how we got lost?
Yes.
See how we got lost?
Yeah.
Right away.
That don't happen no more.
It's true.
We just had a moment.
Yes.
Right. You're right. You're right.
Okay, do you know?
When you're right, you're right.
You know this one?
You Are My Lady, Freddie Jackson.
That is insane that you know it that fast.
My brain works like that. It's one of my savant ways.
Okay, let's see if you know.
It's like literally the sound and the first.
Casanova, LeVert, the boys.
It's like Casanova, duh.
Janet Jackson, Come Back to Me.
That's such a good song.
Yes.
Just Chill, guy.
Damn.
Yeah, I love it.
That's a hard one.
Jasper Jazz, The Caravan of Love.
That's insane.
I'm a walking jukebox. Yeah. We've only just begun, Glenn Jones.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
No, y'all not realizing how crazy that is. 'Cause
What?
He's literally listening to anything.
Just a snare.
Oh, Carl Thomas, Emotional.
That's insane.
Who Can I Run to Escape? Originally by the Jones Girls.
He gave you the whole.
Let Me Hold You Tight, Luther Vandross.
If only for one night.
Let Me Hold You Tight. Don't get me caught up in the
know Black folk
technicality.
do that.
The song is the chorus. It was a fun game.
It's fun because you're the champion of that. Nobody should be able to do it like
Y'all
that.
brain don't do it like that?
No,
Okay.
No, mine does, but
Mine
yours
does.
is faster.
Yours
Okay,
is
like the
fast.
minute I hear it,
Yours-
like
you are fast.
and you know it's funny. It also triggers a memory as well.
Yeah.
Like, it'll take me somewhere, a smell, a memory.
We sound crazy.
The Esther Roll
Award.
About that time.
Looking at my rollie, it's about that time for the Esther Roll Black Excellence Award. This is going to be a good heated debate about who should get this. The Esther Roll Black Excellence Award. That's Esther Roll's gospel album from the 70s.
I never knew Esther Roll did gospel. I never knew she sang.
And that's the point. Is that so much of our talent gets known for one thing when they can do a bunch of stuff, and so we don't give flowers to our people when they're here. Oftentimes, so we overlook all they're doing. So we wanted to have this segment where we nominate and vote and give an Irby Award, Black Excellence Award, to someone who doesn't always get the love they deserve. Yeah. We all nominate someone, you included. So everyone's in this thing, and then we vote about who should get it. So everyone has a say and a stake in this.
Okay, so this is somebody that's kind of like a little, unsung for
right,
exactly. Didn't get all they were supposed to get.
That deserves more.
Okay.
I open the floor.
I got somebody. You played her earlier, Shantae Moore.
Shout out to Shantae.
Yeah, like
Shout out to
she
Shantae.
has a solid catalog. Like, the first album, A Love Supreme,
Oh, a classic.
top to bottom,
Yeah.
amazing. So I'm gonna put Shantae Moore on the floor this week.
I'm gonna nominate a group from the 90s. These are my sisters. They were signed to Bad Boy Records. Kima, Keisha, and Pam.
And Pam.
Total is my nomination this week for the Irby.
I hope he hasn't won, but I'm gonna nominate Miguel. I think he don't get enough credit for being the trailblazers for the Mario's new album, the Lucky Days new album.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna nominate someone that you might argue is also doing too much now, but R&B the last 20 years would not be the same without him. Neo,
Okay.
songwriter, artist, wrote for other people.
Okay. Man, y'all got some good ones. My brain is really drawing a blank right now. And with some of the ones that you guys named, I know this person's not going to win, but I'll go ahead and throw my fave in there, which is Erykah Badu. You know, so I just don't think Erykah got everything that she was supposed to get. I was going to say Erykah. I was going to say Faith Evans too. That was the toss up in my head. The toss up in my head was Faith or Erykah.
Yeah, Faith's a previous winner, so we'll take Erykah.
Okay, so I'll take
Erykah.
Erykah.
That's good though. That's good.
All right, just to recap, we've got Shantae Moore, Total, Kima, Keisha, and Pam, Miguel, Neo, and the incomparable Erykah Badu.
This is hard.
So you can vote as many times as you want.
This first round.
The first round. If we hit a tie or something, then we'll go to the tiebreaker. But you can raise your hand as many
wherever
times
you
as you
believe
want.
in, you can raise your hand.
Wherever you
Okay.
believe in.
Yeah.
Total.
Never should have made it.
Wow.
Lock the doors of the church.
Hey, that one hand was raised, y'all. It was my hand. One hand was raised.
See how they made the list, y'all.
Total had joints.
Never should have made
They had joints.
They had joints. Shantae Moore. 3 out of 5. Miguel. 3 out of 5. Neo. 3 out of 5.
Damn.
Erykah Badu. Oh, that's 5 for 5.
Wow,
right
that's
there.
easy peasy. Yeah. And you thought she wasn't going to win.
I am feeling kind of hungry. My high is coming down.
Because my high is coming down.
Congratulations to Erykah Badu. You are the winner this week of the Esther Roll Black Excellence Award.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That was good though.
That was good.
Total did have a good.
Never
catalog,
should have
though.
made it.
Y'all some songs though.
Y'all got to stop running on Total.
They got a
man.
solid 13-track greatest hits album.
To hell, you say who finna sit through that?
I will.
No, man. No, let's run it. Kissing You. Do you think about us?
Can't you see?
Can't you see?
No one else.
No one else.
Tripping. Sitting home.
Sitting home waiting on you.
LL Cool J Lounging.
That part.
Juicy Biggie.
Uh-huh. Okay, you don't.
Are they singing on what's the
Hypnotize?
now the other Biggie song with the house party with Faith and Mary on it?
One More Chance.
One more chance.
One more chance.
No, that's Faith.
But you want to know
something?
something? But you want to think about something really quick. And I know we will. Pam had a very unique sound. Pam never got all her things, and T-Boss never got all her things either.
Yeah.
Because there was no box to put them in.
Right.
True.
But they both could have had some bomb ass solo careers if there would have been somewhere to put them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but you got Dawn Robinson ready to do her solo thing again.
My part, can y'all validate?
Wait a minute though. Let's just touch on that real fast because everyone's talking about Dawn Robinson, and the funny part about it is that no one's acknowledging the fact that I'm not sure that En Vogue gives a shit.
They don't.
About any of this stuff.
They
They're at the gig.
They said, girl, we got Rona. We at the State Fair in Alabama. We finna get these 3,700 real quick.
They don't care.
Divided by 3. We know what
here.
We finna give girl. We finna get this 3,700. Then we're gonna split. We're gonna divide it by 3 and take our ass back to the Holiday Inn Express and go to the next city.
They're not thinking about her.
They're not thinking.
They're not thinking about her at all. They remain booked.
That's another segment for a future show. What they booking for? And you run down the list and you give out what you think artists are booking for. Phil,
that's so good.
Yes.
Oh God.
Let's Freddie Jackson. What he booking for?
Maybe Dawn and Latasha can get together.
Okay, Dawn Robinson. What's she booking for? What a club promoter? Let's go.
If she was booking for anything, she wouldn't be in the car.
You her book. It's Memorial Day weekend. We trying to book Dawn. We trying to
Memorial Day weekend. All white affair.
Weekend for the aunties. We trying to book
My
Dawn.
name Bennett and I ain't.
2,500.
We trying to book Dawn.
2,500. 2,500.
Yeah,
Right?
and okay, and what all she gonna sing when she come? I can tell the DJ to have her song ready. What all she gonna
DJ.
It's only tracks.
You doing bad business. What all I get with 2,500? What all I get with it?
Not 2,500, Jesus.
Little Lucy Pearl moment. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
Oh, that's gonna be an amazing segment. All right.
She said that she would potentially go back if they got rid of Rona, right? Because she wants to be the original people. And then she had the nerve to say that Rona ain't provide no hits.
Yeah.
For the group.
You know, Dawn is such low-hanging fruit that I'm just not even gonna go in on her at this point. It's kind of,
it's
but
sad.
it's like Rona kept that group alive for.
She's been in the group longer
because Dawn left in '97.
Yeah, so like Dawn, you kind of got big nerve. You have to do the new edition. Okay,
that's what I said.
Yeah, Bobby, you're the original, but Johnny carried us over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to pay
be a
homage.
5 group, and 1/5 of something is better than 100% of nothing.
So that's funny because if ever there truly is a Destiny's Child reunion and we want the original 4 and Michelle on the stage, that's only right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That'd be good to see.
Because I don't think Latavia and the other one the Toya and Latavia get truly what they deserve for their contribution for shaping that original Destiny's Child.
That's the one we were introduced to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to see DC5, but I love to also see EV5. So Dawn Robinson, if you watch and if you listen, just go back to the group.
Yeah, I mean, child, listen, we over here fussing over peanuts anyway. Y'all finna divide $5,000, girl, at the Alabama State Fair. You making a big fuss, girl. Yo,
we're all getting canceled.
Oh God,
I love it.
Thank you. This is amazing. Make sure you follow us on all platforms at We Sound Crazy and WeSoundCrazy.com.
And shout out to our partners at Visit Music City. Thank you so much for your support.
$5,000 at the State Fair is crazy.
All right, listen. So at the end of the show, our special guest, and you are a very special guest. Thank you so much. You got to come again.
I will.
Because I love the honesty.
Yes.
I love the real. But because you are truly, I'm still shocked at how fast you recognize those songs. Mm-hmm. I know it's going to be hard for you to pick, but we allow our guests to pick the song we go out with.
Okay. My all-time favorite song. Shaka Khan's Sweet Thing.
I like it.
I love it.
Perfect.
Because it's just so simple.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's just such a
and
simple
perfect.
song. Yeah.
Thank you to our special guest, Funky Dineva. Next week, y'all, We Sound Crazy. We out of here. Thank you, brother.
Peace. Thank you.
Peace.
Oh, sweet thing. Oh, you know my everything.
We sound crazy.